Hey everybody, welcome to the premiere of Origins of Magic. So at this point, if you haven't read up on the lore, it is going to confuse you just a little bit. I have a 2-minute video that is a sort of a world lore primer, or you could go to the website, Rhadamant.com/origins, and I have written out the lore. With that said, there are some simple rules to follow. The dark arts, including the dark arts artifacts, are prohibited. We can't recruit allies, so if allies are downed, we don't just, imprison them. No duplicate classes. That's going to be a tough one to follow, but we'll have to nonetheless. Corpse and incapacitated looting is forbidden. And we can't recruit or tame monsters. What I determine as a monster is a little subjective, but there it is. The goals. Establish an enclave where magically and physically talented individuals are welcomed. Close all the rifts. Defeat the lichdom. Now, for defeating the lichdom, we aren't necessarily going to defeat them everywhere on the entire world map, because the world is rendered at 100%, and there's probably multiple real-life years' worth of lichdom out there. But we'll defeat them locally. Defend against the Feudal Lords and the Mage Hunters, but treat the fallen individuals ethically, which means, if possible, to rescue, or not rescue, but like imprison and release Feudal Lords and Mage Hunters, we will do that. And then safeguard the world from monsters. That one's pretty straightforward. Hey everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm really excited about this one. So this has been in the works for weeks now. Long story short, RimWorld of Magic is a unbelievably complicated mod. Oh, thank you, Crimson Rust. Happy about the new series. Crimson Rust actually is right here as a starting character. But I digress. So RimWorld of Magic is very, very, very complicated. If you want to replicate this series, well, as I've written already on the website, you probably can't. And I wrote why, but essentially, there's a lot of mods at play, and there's no way for you to get those mods at play working for you correctly on your machine. I really wish I could, but here we go. Let me give you a little tour. So we're starting off in this desert. This desert is just a little bit north of where I referenced in the promo and the trailer video. Oh, also, Raptor Talon, thanks for all the gifts to the community. That's very generous. So if we take a look at the world here, I've done a little bit of editing in this individual tile. So we've got the Grey Lobster Forest and the new Rue Forest. And they're obviously pretty thickly settled by the Confederacy of Lords. And we've got some Mage Hunters thrown in around there. We've got some boundary forts here. Up here in the desert, we are currently hiding in a little mountainous tile just off the road. We're going to tuck ourselves away so that we can't be found by the Confederacy of Lords too easily. Obviously, there's a whole lot of them. If you look at the world is full of Confederacy of Lords. We can't take them all on. And then also out here is the Feudal Horde. They are sort of a savage tribe. The factions that we've got here, so there's the Confederacy of Lords. They're essentially the civil kingdom that hates magic, and they're everywhere. They're ubiquitous and all-powerful, at the present moment, because our heroes here are not very high level. Andarvi, thanks for the sub. And then you've got the Feudal Horde. Nobody likes the Horde. They're just feral humans. Whatever the Rift did, it turned them feral, and they just try to kill everyone and everything. So they like no one. You've got the Mage Hunters, which are in league with the Confederacy of Lords. The Mage Hunters are sort of elite soldiers. Oh wow, Crimson Rouse, thanks for the additional gifts. So the Mage Hunters are very, very scary. They're very powerful individuals. You have the Avanako tribe. They are sort of neutral with everybody. No one will fight them. They will fight no one but the Liches. No one's friends with the Liches. You got the Seers, who's obviously hostile with the same people we are. And then the Liches, who are just totally against everybody. And that's the way they are. So we're starting off in this little desert tile. We're pushed into the desert by the Confederacy of Lords. They obviously are taking all of the nice tiles for themselves. Think, any of you Kenshi fans, think you know, you've got the Confederacy Lords that are kind of like the Holy Nation. So what we're going to do is we are going to settle a teeny little, probably in here. We are going to settle a little inlet, a little sort of make it our own cave. So let me introduce you to the characters here. We have got Nerlin. Nerlin is a hunter here. These are the hunting skills. All of this, of course, is not vanilla. This is part of RimWorld of Magic. He's starting off with Arrow Storm, Poison Trap, and Animal Bond. Wow, for everyone gifting out subs and everything, thank you so very much. Cheese, who's a lightning mage. Unfortunately, Cheese didn't start off with any spells himself, but he'll get them shortly. Droiden, who's a geomancer. Rust, or Crimson Rust here, who is a druid. And then Shield, who is a bladesman. And if you take a look at their current skills, here they are. So Nerlin, of course, is a very good bowman, good cook, animals, social, cheese, shooting, crafting, medical, and intellectual. You've got Droiden, who's mining, construction, crafting, and art. Rust, who is medical, plants, animals, intellectual. And Shield, brawling, or melee, construction, mining, and social. Now that I've run you through all that, let me get the bot back up. Because I didn't want the primer sort of interrupted by that. So, we are settling somewhere in here, like I said. So, initially what I'm going to do is just dump a whole bunch of stockpiles there. First things first, let's get some weapons. Now, if you're curious about the mod loadout, everything is... The formal mod loadout is set up on the website, but that isn't all the mods. I created a lot of mods. I probably wrote hundreds of lines, if not thousands of lines of code for this. Not so much code, but like XML and stuff like that. Redesigning the way the game handles backgrounds and traits and races and all that stuff. So thank you to, let's see, I gotta catch up. OBX for the sub, Wolf for the gift and sub. Or the gift, rather. Oh boy, hype train. Alright, so starting off, what we want to do is the very basic. Get some doctoring in, firefighting, patient, bed rest, basic. Magic is something a little bit different. I'll explain it when it becomes relevant. It is not relevant yet. Rust, the druid, should start planting stuff, and Droiden should start mining stuff. Now, there is a type of resource called Magicite. Raptor Talent, thanks for the bits. There's a, and you get Magicite just by sort of harvesting tiles and the like. So initially what I'm going to do is grow some potatoes. And we are going to get... Wow, look at this. Look at this hype train. Thanks, everybody, for the bits and the hype. Alright, colonists needs names. I don't know if everybody is currently here, but I know Crimson Rust is here. Just sort of tag me if you are. Except for right now, there's a ton to look at. Alright, Shield. I don't want you mining. So, there are some changes that were made in the traits here. So, for instance, Droiden being a Geomancer gets increased mining speed and increased mining yield. Also increased carrying capacity at a cost of like move speed, melee dodge, and things like that. Global learning factor. So, what I need to do is make it... I need to be very careful about... Wow, Bash Teddy, thanks for all the gifts. You guys are awesome. All of these starting 5 characters are predetermined. They're named after already subs. But for future characters, ones that we add as the course of time goes on, they will be raffled off just like every other series. So wood, as you can see here, is a very rare resource. And we're going to have to be careful about not using all that up. The first things we want to do is to get things like research going. And get a butchery going. Man, you guys are incredible. Look at this hype train that you're rocking. And a fueled stove. Alright, we'll get those set up. I don't really have a building for them yet. Let's start using some magic. So Droiden here is going to use something called Earth Sprites. And what Earth Sprites do, if I create a new zone called Earth Sprites, what Earth Sprites will do is it actually will improve the soil over time. It is a magical ability that druids have, or geomancers have, rather, to magically imbue the terrain. I can't even keep up with the chat here. You guys are awesome. I'll definitely have to thank you all at one point. Absolutely incredible. What's the most difficult part about modding RimWorld and the associated XMLs? There is a lot of... that's a really good question. I would say the most difficult part is there's a lot of little places that things can become a problem. So let's say you're trying to get rid of components. There are many different places where you'd have to... Oh, wow. Oh, he just got a little bit of an inspiration. Inspired champion. Cool. And yeah, I would say sort of the world building. Because Origins of Magic is sort of built and designed to take place in an medieval world. And RimWorld, by default, isn't medieval. And as a result, you know, you end up getting, yeah, you have some problems. So, Nerlin is Raptor Talon, so let me get that set up. Now, one thing that is very different than some of my last series, oh, and Shield's here as well, is there is no trait buying, and there's a very functional reason for this. Okay, and the reason for it is there's a lot of traits that you shouldn't be able to buy, and if I allowed trait buying, it would break the game. So there are traits like Lightning Mage, whereas obviously this is a trait, and if you were a Lightning Mage, you could hypothetically also buy, like, Necromancer, but obviously that's against the rules, but the only way for me to stop that is to disable trait buying entirely. Oh my god, you guys are incredible. Look at this crazy hype train. You guys are ridiculous. So here we go. Let me get shield assigned as well. If I can keep up with the chat. So other things I need to say very clearly is this game is not balanced. You can become ridiculously strong. Like, it would not surprise me if some of the characters, specifically these sort of attack mages, get to a point where they can take out an entire city by themselves. I'll repeat that for you. An entire city by themselves. Oh my god. You guys are just going crazy here. And I do entirely plan on getting to a point where everyone in this community can wipe out hordes and throngs of enemies. I mean, that's the whole idea behind this. This is like, you know, Heroes of Might and Magic. This is like the level 20 D&D. That's what we're aiming for. So I'm not going to pull punches, and I'm not going to play these characters as if they're nerfed. We're going to get ridiculous with this. We're going to be like Cyberbeat level 100 here. Alright, so the first things we obviously need to do is some food. This is obvious. So let me work on... there are so many different types of meats here. This is a byproduct of some of my modding, unfortunately. I don't think I'm going to be harvesting any humans, so that's not much of a problem. So let's go ahead and show you some of these abilities. I am going to have Nerlin, who's taken a little bit of rest, hunt some of the local dromedaries, and you can see how amazing some of these abilities can become. We are also getting buildings up. So let's see. I'm going to put this here with a dump zone. I'm going to try to do it quickly. So we just want corpses that are fresh of animals. And then, so that we don't end up, like, food poisoning ourselves right off the bat, I'm going to make a very, very crude building here. which will enable research. So here's our research tree. It's pretty simple, but then there's also magical research. Now, a lot of these magical research is not all that important until we research some things ourselves. So although we're not tribal, we start off with sort of a tribal level of research here. So we don't even know how to make complex furniture. So obviously that's going to be first. Is the code of my mods open source? So read up on the website about that. But basically, even if it was open sourced, it won't work for you. I know, sounds rude, but there's a ton of individual little settings that need to be perfectly replicated for this to even work. So here is Aerostorm. He's not a very high level for Aerostorm, so as you can see, something along the lines of 3/5 of that missed. But still pretty awesome nonetheless, especially when that starts leveling up. So the way to level up here is using magical abilities levels you up. And the level ups are totally different. There's a different XP pool. So really anything... Oh, he's using Aerostorm to finish off this dromedary. And there it goes. So using your abilities will level up your class. So as you can see, Nerlin here is 174 out of 500 to level up. Shield is 33. And then the mages have their own sort of pool. So Droiden has a little bit more level up because he's using his earth sprites to improve the soil. Whereas, you know, Cheese here is going to have a little bit of hard time leveling up. So what I'm going to do immediately is, let's not commit any war crimes, and let's get some tables. Or a table. Let's also get some basic recreation. Man, you guys are amazing. Look at this. You guys are popping off like crazy. I probably will even jump to 2 research benches, just so that I can hammer out the research more quickly. Let's butcher creatures. And simple meals. Nerlin, you are our cook, our hunter. I've trained level 4. Well, thank you. You guys are awesome. I love the support. I probably worked on the mods here for, I don't know, 150 hours, and you guys are making it worth it. 100%. So taking a look at the wildlife here, there are Artie Marty's creatures here. And if you recall, some of Artie Marty's creatures are horrifyingly strong, and that should also pose an interesting mechanic here. In fact, as you can see, there's a new armor type called Harmony. Harmony is magic resist, and some of the creatures added into this mod, I modified them to also have magic resistance, so that they'll be harder for our mages to kill. Otherwise, you know, mages would be able to just poof enemies out of existence. Alright, so what I'm going to do is let's have a little food stockpile. I'm not going to organize this just yet, because this is not, of course, the sort of final layout of anything. So we have a little bit of potatoes here, but I feel like growing a whole lot of potatoes. I'd like to have a decent amount of food. But it's going to be tricky, because we really have to carve out an existence from like, nothing. Which is... Okay, I named the other one Taters. Okay, sure. Fair enough. Mod coins for Klein. Yeah, absolutely. So... I'm gonna give you 1,000 karma. And... It maxes out. But, alright, now you have more coins than you could ever really use. So we are currently sleeping on the ground, which is not ideal. I made food a focus, but at cost of, you know, parking our butts on the ground here. So for tomorrow, I hope to have some sort of bedroom or barracks or something like that. Trade or ship should not be an option. Don't vote for that one. I don't think it's going to do anything. So we don't yet have complex furniture, so we're going to be bedrolling it up. We've got enough camel hide for one bed. But the first thing I'm researching here is complex furniture, so we should have, you know, the basic requirements of for bedrooms soon. Okay, I'm going to take auto home zone off. And I'm going to use this as a natural choke point. Now, from a role-playing standpoint, we're supposed to be somewhat hiding in the mountains, which is why I'm not, you know, settling right here out in the open. The idea is to limit our visibility. Let me fast forward because everyone's asleep. Mention you need to whisper the bot. Yes, so when you're voting here, you actually have to physically whisper the bot. So it's like /W red Twitch bot, and then 1, 2, or 3 for your choices here, because it won't count in chat. All of the directions are up on the website, and you'll understand how, you know, this works within just a few minutes of using it. It's really not, fortunately, not that complicated. So for some other crops that we need to grow, let's get them set up as well. I'm going to actually move that bed roll. So what else do we want? We want heal root, but that's going to take a good long time in these sort of terrible... Oh, chickens. A lot of hens. I think we're going to be eating some chickens here. I'm just going to put them... I want them to stay away from my crops. So, the way Earth Sprites work, and this explains it if you read Earth Sprites, but essentially, the terrain will automatically improve where there's Earth Sprite tile. So as you can see, where I started Earth Sprites here, it actually became rich soil. The penalty of this, of course, is it absolutely trashes your mana regen and your mana pool to have Earth Sprites up. So slowly over the course of time, I'm going to be able to terraform a lot of this area to be rich soil, which will be incredible. But that does make it hard for Droidin here to use the rest of his mana pool. Just, you know, the issues of being a geomancer, I suppose. Oh, man. Alright, let me try to catch up on chat. It is not so easy. There's a ton of stuff going on. So, unrefined magicite here, or magic site, whatever you want to call it, is a very, very critical resource that this mod requires. That is sort of the... it's the bottom of the... you know, it's a fundamental component of a lot of the magical crafting that we're going to end up wanting. Alright, so we're getting some heal root, but that's going to take ages and ages and ages to grow, as it should. You know, this is crummy soil for now. The other sort of farm I'm going to grow is Psychoid. And heal root. Alright, there we go. Grow rice for speed. In low fertility tiles, rice is actually worse than potatoes. Rice has a fertility sensitivity, so using it is actually pretty bad. Alright, taking a look at the work priorities. Shield, I want you constructing exclusively. Rust, because he's a druid, he has a huge bonus to... if we take a look here, he has a huge bonus to plant work speed, 25%. Plant yield, harvest yield, 25%. So you really want your druids managing your farm fields. And you do not want them you do not want anyone else doing it. And the same applies to Droidin and the mining here. You could think of geomancers as sort of like dwarves in that way. Alright, I'm just checking if I grew up a farmer. Well, that's perfect. You're also a quick sleeper and an optimist and iron-willed. You're not going to fail this community. Let's see if Droidin's here. Nope. Alright, so the other two will be unassigned for now. So we've got 2 little bedrolls. They're going to help eventually for travel. And Cheese is actually doing some hunting. Beautiful. What I'm going to do is have Cheese prioritize, now that he's done shooting a little bit, have Cheese prioritize intellectual pursuits. He's sort of the smarty pants in the group. Let's cook until we have 10. And try to limit our hunting. Looks like we got some fennec foxes that are being eaten by iguanas. That's an interesting matchup. Alright, there we go. We got a whole node mined out. And what I could do to these empty spots here that are just rough limestone for now is to set these up as bedrooms. Also, another thing, as the terrain tiles improve, it has a chance to create magicite as well. As you can see, I'm getting magicite from terraforming the ground and also from mining the hills. I cannot stress enough that magicite is a very, very important resource. On the other hand, so is bedrooms. So, for now, this looks to be a site of a very basic bedroom. And I'm going to get these guys proper bedrooms eventually. It's just, you know, it's early on. They gotta be able to squat in the hovels. Oh, I just cut off a ton of that grow zone though, didn't I? Let's undo that. There. This is going to be a very strange bedroom. I'm just tossing them together just to have like some sort of roof over their head so they're not sleeping outdoors on the ground, and then I end up having like a mood debuff of like 1 billion and have them, you know, rebel on me. That's the hope. Okay, we are moving up on the complex furniture. Thanks! I'm glad that you guys appreciate the trailer. I'm gonna try to do that more often. Cut my teeth on a little bit more video editing from here and there. You're absolutely welcome for all the cool interaction content. I try to do the best I can to be as entertaining as I can. I'm absolutely floored at how supportive you all are, so this is the very least I could do. So another thing I should want to do quickly. We have a lot of soft sand in here, so soft sand is another. Whoa, okay, so here we go. I think people are hitting the 50 minimum of or 500 minimum of sending stuff. So yes, there's a lot of stuff coming in. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more bedroom. Normally I would read through all this, but I'm simply not going to be able to get through all of these. So for everyone that just sent me stuff, thank you so very much. So one of the things that I should tell you, if you're unfamiliar with the RimWorld of Magic, mana potions help to refill your mana pool, but they're also addictive, and they're also kind of like a, they produce a high that you can OD on, like Wake Up. So here, Droidin just took one because his mana was particularly low due to Earth Sprites, So he has an arcane high, which means his consciousness is way up, but his sight and moving is low, and you definitely don't want to OD on mana pots. So thank you for that. We are almost done with complex furniture. That's going to be really, really nice. And all of these... You know what I'm going to do? Chickens. I don't necessarily want to slaughter you just yet. Oh, look, there's a visitor here. Hello, visitor. He's, or she's a female mage. Staff of the Defender. Oh, you have a Wand of Fire for sale. That's pretty cool. You're an arcane mage. So as you can see here, this is a great example. I totally changed the way that races and traits work. So the Arcanist is an arcane mage. That is no mistake. That took a lot of doing. And then a human with talents of high magic. They're a type of human. I know that's a little strange. It is, of course, against the rules to forcibly recruit our allies. So it's not like I can bludgeon her over the head and tell her to join. Although an Arcanist would be pretty nice. So if you're curious, the Lightning Mage is sort of a destruction mage. There's 3 types of destruction mages. There's lightning, fire, and ice. And then you've got... Whoa, okay. There you had Shield using his Phase Strike just to blink. He is likely going to level up pretty quick by doing that a lot. Just to keep that in mind. Okay, so we have enough cloth for another bed. But I think I'm going to wait, because right now? Nope. Now? Come on. Just get done. There we are. Complex furniture is done. The next thing I want to do probably is stone cutting. For now, our clothing shouldn't, you know, our clothing that we have on our body should be okay for the meantime. I'm just going to have to click off of all of this. There's too much. Okay, so complex furniture is a really nice one because that allows us to sleep comfortably. Some of these bedrooms suck. We will absolutely make them nicer as time goes on. Sleeping outdoors on the floor. And then we probably don't want this stuff decaying. We're going to need some sort of stock storeroom of sorts as well. What I'll do for now is to put a little stockroom here, which we'll have to do. So you guys are sending jade, silver, mana pots, ambrosia. And something I have not yet done is a drug policy. So let's do mood drugs. And for now, it's going to be like psychite, only if mood is below... only if mood is below 88. And that's what we're going to start on, just because we have a lot of work to do, and beer and wine would slow us down. The consciousness, Crimson Rust says, from my research here, give me some wine. It's poor wine, I don't know. I don't know if you want poor wine. Trade with the visitor, yes, I will be doing that. So Shield is our in-house social. It's funny, because he's bloodlust, brawler, tough, but also, you know... has a way with words. I guess it's mostly intimidate. Oh, we've got some more magicite. Is the tech captive as well? So here, this is the tech tree. As you can see, there is no electricity. We're obviously not in modern times. More cloth? Thank you. Alright, Shield. I know you slipped on the ground. Here, let me, Strong. I don't have stuff. I'm actually gonna sell you... No, I'll keep the wine. I don't really have anything to to sell. So if see this little red symbol, red oversprung, I don't know how clear it is for all of you. That's an indicator of their class. So all of ours have it as well. These sort of spirally things is sort of magic, and then the helmets are combat. Might and magic, right? Alright, so Visitor from the Seers is pushing off. And we've got a raid from the Confederacy of Lords. Little female peasant. Let's see. I'm going to demonstrate the power that is Blade Master, or Bladesman, because he's not a master yet. So see this mountain? Where we're going, we don't need mountains. He just, yes, blink, teleport, stabbed, Thornbacks. I also think your hair just changed colors. And then when they die, their gear disappears. There is no corpse looting, and one of the mods I have installed does just that. It removes loot, so you can't, you know, accidentally take stuff. Oh, and he's gone. I love it. Yes, so as I said, Shield is a level 0, and he just turned this raider into a heap of ash. It is not balanced. However, the AI does have the ability to use magic as well. Well, it's evident because Sprungstrong here is an Arcanist. But some of the factions, like the Liches, are 100% magic. Or the Mage Hunters are 100% might, for the most part. So if I get a raid of Mage Hunters, for instance, almost every single raider will be, you know, a gladiator or a bladesman or a hunter or something along those lines. They are elite and they are strong. Thanks for the Magicite. So one question I have for all of you, and I'll probably take it at the end, is obviously I'm reusing my Warden's of Eriador soundtrack, which is Pillars of Eternity and Divinity for this. But if you have suggestions for soundtracks that aren't going to get me in hot water with copyright claims, I am totally, I mean, obviously I can't change it mid-stream, but I'm totally up to do that. So, raw resources, I guess I should call this, I'll just call it raw resources. Raw resources are going to go out here, minus plant matter and wood. And then also, I want my Magicite out here as well. Not refined Magicite, unrefined Magicite. And then everything else is going to go in Stockpile too. So if you have ideas for potential soundtracks, I can't obviously take them now, but if you want to message me at the end of the stream, that would be much, much cool. Okay, I'll start to put the drugs away as well. So we're starting to get some very basic beds. I'm going to remove the camel hides soon and use them for travel. And then one of the high things on my list of things to do is once we've secured, you know, the basic food and that kind of thing, we'll be making good bedrooms and stockrooms and things like that. So if you're asking what Cerium does, Cerium is sort of a learning speed increase drug, also addictive. You make Cerium by refining a plant, and then the plant has a byproduct. I will show this once I actually have some farmland. We're actually starting to get some decent farmland here. So the way this works is it starts off as, you know, stony soil, then it becomes soil, and then it becomes rich soil, and then the little earth sprites will move on to a new tile. And I don't think I can terraform soft sand. Soft sand's a little bit different because it's kind of like watery. And I believe I can terraform that with a fire mage. But Droid in here should be able to improve the soil, all the sand, and all of the stony soil here to rich. Obviously, that all of it is going to take forever. But, yeah, that'll be pretty important. So we also have the ability to make a sculptor. I'm not going to worry about sculpting just yet. I want to get through some of the basic research here. Stone cutting, complex clothing, maybe smithing too, because shield would be better suited to have maybe a shield His name is Shield, after all. And then Droiden is going crazy, mining up. We'll have plenty of steel. So one thing I might want to do is... I know it's steel, and not a particularly tough material. But, get some basic steel defenses here. Just like a wall. Yes, you are going to see Shield popping in and out of existence constantly. That's just a nature of this... of the mod. And actually, eventually, almost everybody is going to act that way, which is pretty funny. The mages have the ability to get blink, and Nerlin here won't be able to blink around, but... Okay, everybody's hair is turning red. Let's just pretend I meant for that to happen. But Nerlin here is going to become really, really fast. Fleet of foot. Maybe throw a few steel traps near the door? I would, but I'd prefer doing the killing myself because it levels me up. Using combat abilities is a really good way. Top bedroom needs a roof. It does. Alright, so we have some awful bedrooms here. Oh, where'd he go? There he is. One way to improve it a little bit is end tables. And dressers. Got another visitor from the Abenako tribe. That is a name I'm not going to try to pronounce. He's just a kind undergrounder with a wooden foot. Oh, bummer. Alright, anything poor or lower, I'm going to discard. Oh, excellent. Alright. We're getting some very basic bedrooms. Where's this go? Toss a coin to your streamer. I love that. I was actually sort of interested, or I was contemplating a sort of Witcher-themed series, given that I'm a huge fan of The Witcher, and don't spoil it, I actually haven't seen the shows yet. I've been too busy working on this. But I'm planning on it, for sure. How do you even light here? How do you get even light here? What do you mean? Is that silver by the door? No, it's steel. There are, I'm sure, a lot of really useful rare resources. I saw a note of gold out here. I actually haven't scouted this map. Ah, there's the gold. There's some more gold here. Gold is another important resource in this. Jade is actually maybe even more important. Another thing is, if you might have noticed, there are no ruins. This is a ruinless desert, and there are no ruins anywhere, not really. Oh. Incompetent cook. It's clean in here, so at least it's not due to it being dirty. Okay, so, what should my faction be called? Ooh. Huh, I don't know. Probably not the Empire. Alright, the Raiden and Raiden Refuge. Why not? Unoriginal, I can always change it later by console hacking. The Rad Resistance. Well, I like how this guy's respecting my door. He's like, I'm not coming in. You guys don't want me. Yeah, this is somewhat, this harkens to a little bit of a, like, Xavier's School of the Gifted. For sure. Absolutely, I can see the crossover there. I won't deny that. It's not even a bad thing to be associated with, in my mind. We've got Garu and Dromedaries. I don't think I'm ready for, animal husbandry yet. Obviously, I barely secured a source of food for myself. But that's a thought. So the first thing is to mine up all the natural steel in the base. This offers up additional rooms. This might... Ooh, dromedary meat is rotting away. So what I'm going to do with the rooms that I'm getting here... Someone is vomiting up a storm. Is turn this into somewhat of a makeshift kitchen. Now, eventually I'm not going to utilize only the rough stone as a pseudo-exploit to not have filth. As you will see, filth does not stay a problem. There is a mage ability that sort of cleans up dirt for you, which is pretty cool. Alright, so there's the butchery zone. He is teleporting around like a madman. So here's our little kitchen. All we need to do is... what I'm going to do is, for now, because we don't have any source of cooling, that obviously will get added in later, believe it or not. Again, magic. So for now, what we're going to do is just have the dining room in here, because it will be nice and temperate. And I'll have a giant stockpile for food. Alright, simple meals. We're going to make it important that simple meals are right there. And then... meat. Important for... actually, let me not do it that way. Meat. It's easier for me to deselect rather than to select, I think. So no meals. Complex clothing is done. Next up, Devil Strand or smithing? Probably smithing. Oh, all of the meat is selected by default. Alright, that's gross. All these veggies. Now, there is a sort of undesirable type of vegetarian in this game now. Oh, we got a mad rat coming in. I think we're okay with that. Which is the mashed pomana. That is not very tasty food. Alright, where is this mad rat? You are going to get killed by Nerlin, probably. Or Rust. Someone, I don't know. Let's try to use some magic. So this is a ability called Poison. And it creates a sense of pain without really wounds. Oh, and it destroyed the little rat's heart. The bigger you are, obviously, the less effective it is. So if I was to do that to a Thrumbo, it's not really going to have any effect on a Thrumbo. But on a little rat, yeah. Little rat stands no chance. Little rat is definitely a dead little rat. Alright, did I set up veggies? Okay. Good. Let's get rid of that. That's going to be my crafting / research room. Yeah, for your first kill. Exactly. Alright, so chocolate, kibble, stuff like that. Where is the... so now area 1 should not include this area here. Chicken, how are you even in there? Yeah, that's right. Get out. So the few potatoes that are growing on the fertile soil is going to grow a little bit faster. Wow. Thanks for the resub. Keep going. Oh, come on now. Alright, so these bedrooms are still quite... Oh, dull. Awful. Alright, so they're bad. I'll admit it. Hey, cheese, before you go to sleep. Yeah, a little bit nicer. Alright, here is another event. Skill increase, rare thrumbos, or wild human. And just a reminder, you have to whisper the bot. So whisper rad twitch bot with your entries. Just 1, 2, or 3. And I do believe I've set it up. Oh, Norlin. Because of his food poisoning, even though he was recovering, he is sad wandering. Well, we have a lot of pemmican, so we can rely on pemmican for a while if we need to. In terms of health and food sustenance. Just taking a quick poke around the map, seeing if there's any natural jade. Jade is one of those materials that will become increasingly more useful later on. And I'm not really seeing any. Ooh, a dead skin spider, though. Thank you, Bone Dog. Oh, and the dead Bone Dog. They killed each other. Are infestations possible? They are, yes. Some extra chocolate. A lot of people here want wild humans. That might become a thing that we can add. The group. Raptor Talon, thanks for the bits for the viewer count. You're most awesome. Alright, so one thing I would like to do is to try to get our guys... I'm going to turn on a lot of their skills on automatic so that they're going to be using them regularly. Can you only cast one Earth Sprite? Yes. And this is in the description. So I'll read the description. Calls forth Earth Sprites to transform the terrain. Sprites appear as flecks of light, which you can see here. They're right there. And can easily be missed by the inattentive, but they're diligent workers, capable of breaking rock and stone down, blah, blah, blah. Once summoned, yeah, I don't want to read it all because it's kind of boring, but essentially, yes, you can only have one. Duarte, you are a psionic? We're not supposed to have psionics, so we are going to either leave him alone or hunt him. Psionics is one of those sort of banned... one of the banned traits. In fact, I don't think we're supposed to have psionics at all. It's just RimWorld of Magic is... Nope, this got reset. Not cool. So here is a quick look at all of the potential classes. And I set this up, and clearly it got reset. So some of these some of these aren't balanced, and some of these don't make sense. Hence my disabling of them. So for instance, Technomancer is high-tech. Chronomancer is weird. Enchanter is unnecessary. Chaos Mage is like a little smattering of everything and doesn't belong. Unfortunately for me, that this doesn't take effect until I restart. Cool. Oh, also, yes. So if I continue to get some weirdness with the class settings, I will, I'll do something about that. But I'm not going to worry about it just yet. Because it's pretty rare that we're going to get accidental classes. You're telling me to kill him? Yep. Well, he knows banned attack or banned magic forms, so stands to reason that he must die. Alright, next up, now that we have our little dedicated research room, let's go ahead and get a little bit of a chess table so that we don't just have dexterity research. Balvis! Hi, Balvis. From the Avanako tribe. Alright, Nerlin, you gotta snap out of it, buddy. Alright, smithing is done. Let's start to get Magicite refining. Yeah, we'll do Magicite refining. And that is, I can read that for you all. It just allows you to create mana potions. It says at the drug lab, but that's not true. Oh, actually, before I do that, I need beer brewing. It's a prerequisite now of Magicite refining. My potatoes are still pretty far off from being grown. Oh, dude, you're gonna eat my raw eggs? Alright, that's enough of you. You're poisoned. And... Rust is gonna finish you off. They're my eggs. No. Stay down, go down, stay down. The reason why he keeps getting up is the poison's wearing off, so the pain he's experiencing from the poison as it wears off allows him to recover. But now that he's down, I can just run up and, you know, do what I must. I don't really care if the eggs get caught on fire. Not really relying on the source of eggs. There's plenty of meat. Rust does not feel bad about this. Oh, bye-bye. Duarte, the inappropriate scout. Alright, Nerlin, now that you've snapped out of it, let's hope that we can get a good, some good cooking out of you. Alright, Jordan's almost out of the, Oh, some marble blocks. Give the researchers pretty walls. I'm planning on, probably focusing on bedrooms first. As that keeps them from going crazy. Also, having a stockpile way down here is not all that useful. Oh, look, we hit limestone. Alright, so that is all set up. This is also a pretty good stockpile as well. I could just wall that up. Call that stockpile 2. So regular stockpile. Copy settings, paste settings. I don't care which and where stuff gets put. Just that it gets put somewhere. Cloth coming down. Awesome, thanks. From Seraphin. Cat said wood for this series? Wood should be enabled, I think. Oh, he's jumping around again. Alright, beer brewing is done, so let's do refined magicite now. And I'm going to set up my brewery right in here. If you can't buy wood, I'll just have to fix that for next time. Or, should be on the list, right? There we go. Wood. Raid coming in. Feralis Horde. From the way south. Oh, what killed you? A bone dog. Little psychopathic, nervous. So, another big thing is, to add people to the community, I need to be constantly on the lookout of potential people to recruit. You can add... Actually, traits aren't static. Oh, we've got a male paladin here. Hello, paladin. Paladin likes to set things on fire. Klein, that is sort of like a endgame boss fight. Think dragon is, I think, the most appropriate way to explain it. Arcane bulk goods coming in from the Seers. So here we go. We got some paladin. What kind of mage are you? Lightning mage. Another lightning mage. Another paladin. Paladin's obviously riding a dromedary. Some sort of medieval knight. Alright, Mr. Nerlin. Let's get you a kill or two. Before our hens. How many hens? We're getting a lot of hens now. Alright, monkey. I don't think you're going to be surviving this. Nope. You did survive that. Sprungstronk will help me. Maybe. Possibly. Put you down. Let's go punch him. No, I'll shoot him to death. Let's use that arcane storm. The arrow storm. I know, poking you full of holes. It's so rude. But I don't want to have to bury you. Shield, I'm gonna have you wake. Yeah, I'll let you sleep in. Alright, all these eggs that I have out here, we're about to have a purge. Are poison traps better than vanilla traps? It depends on level. Oh, also, Nerlin leveled up. So in leveling up, there's a few different things to level up. There is ranger training, bow mastery. I can level up individual abilities. So Animal Bond is like a sort of tame, but it is more than a tame. It works a little bit differently, where you imbue the animal that you tame, and you can only tame one. It's like having a familiar. You imbue them with a lot of power, so that, you know, if I use that in like a bone dog or a wolf or something, the wolf would become a lot stronger. And I wouldn't have to go through the taming or training process. And then traps, of course. And the traps vary in strength depending on your level and all that stuff. So for Nerlin's first level here, I think what I'm going to do is... Let's see. I'm going to get Smooth Draw, which makes it a little bit cheaper to use it. Alright, Shield, I need you to wake up, buddy. Rust is up. So, Leviathans aren't allowed because you're not allowed to tame monsters. But, yes. The issue with Thrumbo is you'd have to be really, really, really high level to even get that to work. So it's possible, but it's by default not really allowed. Or not really easy to do, I should say. The stats at the top are also an option, yes. So, fitness is stamina rate recovery. Coordination is decrease blanket cost of all abilities. Strength is the damage of combat abilities, and endurance is maximum stamina, or in a mage's case, maximum health. Or mana, rather. And these are all different stats that characters can have. Alright, Shield, let's go trade with them. We have excess of steel. Oh, they don't want to buy steel. So, taking a look, I can sell some mana potions, although they're pretty necessary. They have some spells that they're not supposed to have, and that's because I honestly should probably restart my game now that I've set up the classes. But I don't want to have you guys... I don't know. I could put that to vote. For now, I don't necessarily need to worry about it. So once I restart the game, all of the class settings here that I have set up will no longer see any of those items. Pull it? Sure, I can pull it. Boom, there's the pull. Typos and all. Well, maybe I don't have any typos this time. And these types of votes, the votes that look like this, well, I can't reach up that high, but those types of votes don't require you to whisper. And the vast, vast, vast majority of you say yes, so let me do this. I am, watch this. This is going to be so magical. Be right back.
Restarting, Rhadamant would find, was a grave mistake. Twitch Toolkit, the mod that the viewers relied upon for interacting with the world, would die. Rhadamant panicked as he spent 37 painstaking minutes trying to troubleshoot a downward spiral of hopelessness. Feeling defeated, he disabled Twitch Toolkit, but also vowed to have it resurrected for the next chapter of the story. We now return to our unfolding tale.
We can rely on these types of polls. Not that I want you to vote on these, but we can rely on these types of polls for user interaction for now. Because Toolkit wanted to super explode on me. Poll up, poll closed. Alright, so Randy Random Merciless. That should be that should pretty adequately represent probably the you guys. If that's fair. Is that fair? I'm calling you all Randy Randoms. So no, the bot is dead. I don't know if I want to take the time to try to troubleshoot fix it. Because there's a possibility of me not being able to fix it. And you lost about, yeah, probably more like 20 minutes. Randy is only about 33% of us, Klein says. Yeah, that's true. You guys relentlessly try to mess me up. Plague and popcorn. Or plague and corn in this instance. Alright, so what I'll do is, after this stream, I'm going to take my banhammer and smash up Toolkit till it works. Because it did not work. So we've got a clean kitchen here with some eggs. We also butchered all of our chickens. Another thing I'm going to do is leave the development mode open. So, when you think it's time for me to get attacked by stuff, I can have that roll on out. Alright, so Jordan, the Geomancer, is actually idle for once. Let's see. I am going to send him out just to increase my colony's wealth. You know, because that will surely help to send me bigger raids. I'm going to have Jordan go... We got the Magicite refining. I'm going to have Jordan go chop up some gold out here. It might not be all that safe because there's like skin spiders and... I haven't seen any beak things yet. So if you're not familiar with skin spiders and beak things are, Artie Marty, who's a member of our community here, created a mod where he added in maybe like a dozen animals, something like that, that come from the game Kenshi. Beak things are like if you mixed a shark with a giraffe. Just like a giraffe-looking thing that has a hunger of a shark that likes to eat everything. I'm also smoothing walls. Yes, I have shield here, smoothing the heck out of these walls. So we also constructed a brewery. This brewery is going to be able to make mana potions. So mana potions, I had to modify RimWorld of Magic. By default, RimWorld of Magic uses go juice in their mana potions, but obviously we're medieval. We don't have go juice. So it uses herbal medicine, psychoid leaves, and smoke leaves. Yes, and those are important for some sort of projects here. As far as wildlife goes, right now we don't actually have any scary things. The scariest might be the bone dog, and they're not that scary. They're just like wolves. They're literally wolves. Everybody's hair is turning... Nerlin? Well, soon you all have helmets, but your hair turned red and now it's pink. I don't know how that happened. What's got you upset? Let's see. You were insulted. You have an ugly bedroom. You ate without a table, which seems to be very much your own fault. Victim blaming. But yeah, we'll try to sort that out. Yes, there are Leviathans, and yes, the Leviathans are ridiculously magic immune, or not immune, but resistant. So there be giants. So, Klein, I think what I'm going to have you do is try to take the pulse of the viewers here and let me know when you think it's time for stuff to happen. So here's a quick look. We've got like visitor groups, Wildman wanders in. Actually, let's do another one of those because the last one bugged out. So here's Chimp, who's terrible. Oh my god. No dumb labor and really loves drugs. So, like, Rickety Cricket? Maybe? I don't know. It's pretty bad. How am I? Frustrated that Twitch Toolkit is exploding on me, but otherwise good. Happy with all the support you all been giving me, for sure. Alright, Shield says he'll murder him. Shield, let's get you to move out. So the phase strike doesn't require a line of sight, as you can tell. Which is can lead to some interesting base designs. Because you can have rooms that are literally not accessible to the untalented. You know, that just have, like, thick, ridiculous walls. Oh, he leveled up. I'm going to level up Dimension Blade a little bit. Oh, he's already down. That was quick. You got bruised a little bit. And because we're dual wielding, we get like 2 attacks, which is pretty cool. Yes, the bot is non-responsive. I had to murder the bot. So, the first point I put in is for Phase Strike. Oh, he just leveled up again. So I'm going to put another one in Phase Strike. This is sort of like a min-maxy, almost exploity way. The more he Phase Strikes, the faster he'll level up, which is the more he'll Phase Strike. So now with level 2 Phase Strike, it has a quick cooldown. And I'm just going to keep leveling up. And that will make shield ridiculously strong. So I tried to run this with the bot on, and it would freeze every time. When I'm off stream, I'll troubleshoot it, but I didn't want to waste your guys' time trying to fix things while live on stream. So it looks like the original Earth Sprites zone here is looking pretty good. We have got a lot of rich soil now, which is pretty cool. One of the things I'm going to want to do is the next zone. Let me start to prep for that. The next zone, I probably will want like a grow light, grow zone sized zone. Which is what, 9 by 9 rough vaguely? It's 9 by 5 by 9 by 5. It's something like this. No, it's larger than this. It's yeah, no, it's bigger than that. All right, let me get rid of that. Have I had spotted cow? I don't know what that is, so I can't say I have. What I'll do at the start of next stream is I'll sort of edit the viewer information to give a bunch of free coins to all the patient. Spotted cow beer. Sounds good to me. I myself tend to not drink beers that are too bitter. I'm kind of allergic to really bitter beers. Oh, Rust leveled up. I want Rust to save this point to get regeneration. Nerlin leveled up. Let's give another level of Smooth Draw. Oh, we have chickadees? Are you kidding? Alright, I'm sorry. Don't watch. Younglings have to die. Randy Random being random. He just hit me with a heat wave. It's almost the first of the summer. And I just got hit by a heat wave. Thanks, Randy. Druids do level slow at the start, yeah. I can help to level them up a little bit faster by dumping poisons on everything and everyone. But they are one of the slower ones. Actually, all mages level up slower than the physical. And that's just the way the game works. Alright, it's telling me I need a research project. I should pay attention to that. So, let's get... Plate armor, I think, is more important than long blades. And then, let's go ahead and do a field smithy. We're going to have some seriously bad temperature, so let's set that up. We're also... How much wood do we have? We've got 288. I've edited the biome here to support a little bit more animals, so that, yes, we're in the desert, but, like, it's not... There's not nothing here. And the reason being, it's not been too many years of pure desert. It's been rapidly desertified or whatever. Cheese asking, would I be able to get some kills under my belt? Yes. Let's actually have you hunt as a priority instead of Nerlin. And that will help to level you up. So wildlife, let's have you go shoot some things that won't fight back so bad. A really powerful lightning mage is going to be very, very useful. They take a long time to level up, but once leveled up, they get quite scary. Oh, and there you go, first level. So, let's learn Lightning Bolt. And put that on autocast. And in fact, forget hauling the, start casting Lightning Bolt. Now I feel like I'm LARPing. I'm gonna start announcing Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. It's a reference I hadn't thought of in a long time. Another Lightning Bolt. And here, if you look at the XP when he uses it, as you can see, it visibly jumps. So it's important to be sort of using your abilities often. And that way you can level up quicker. So with that in mind, you know, dumping poisons on random animals. Yes, it's a little cruel, and probably, role-playing wise, a druid wouldn't do that. But XP is life, man. XP is life. I know all of you playing, like, MMORPGs, you just bash the, like, you know, the puppies and the kittens in the starting low-level zones. And you're like, ah, well, I'll make up to them eventually. I've done the same thing. Even though I have a puppy right behind me. I don't care about the chicken meat. Fortunately, there are really no berries here, so all of the sources of vegetables we have to source ourselves. I'm going to close this door and put in a passive cooler. Put in some passive coolers here. This is getting hot. Now, some of the classes here have they're comfortable in higher temperatures, and some not. So, like the druid here, not so. But the geomancer can take warmer temperatures. Yeah, much warmer temperatures, up to 106. I also have complex clothing, so let's get a hand tailor bench and start making toques, or the very opposite of toques. Start making cowboy hats. That will keep us cooler, and dusters as well. So although I don't necessarily want to clear the whole, the surrounding area. Oh, we've got an infestation. Thanks, Randy. You're the randiest Randy I've randied. He might be worse than you guys would be. Oh boy. Let's move back. Alright, I'm gonna cast Encase. That didn't really work. Did not capture them all. Spin! There we go. Oh, nice. The big guy is already dead. Run, Jordan, run! Alright, so I managed to, with that Encase spell, lock some of them in. The Encase is temporary, so these blocks here will disappear on their own. Alright, Jordan, how's your health? You got nipped a little bit. You're fine. Don't be a baby. In terms of magic, let's see. Are there other levels up I can do? No, not yet. Jordan leveled up. Jordan's level up. I am going to level up, Stygian Might, which speeds up the sprites. Okay, you're through. Oh man, they broke some walls. Could I rescue a scare and make it a pet? Maybe. Alright, let's seismic slam. These guys are like, what do you do? Why are you trying to trash my stuff? This is so rude. Just come fight us. Alright, Nerlin, let's get you... Beautiful. Alright, that one's dead. Splat. Alright, they're all dead. Wow, this Randy really has no respect at all. Came out swinging hard. A heat wave. And, alright, so one thing I want to do is let's not butcher insects. A heat wave and an infestation. Back to back. Well, the insect jelly will be nice, but, like, Jesus, right? Rust, you should be able to... You can't heal yet, so you should be able to doctor and self-tend. Nerlin, let's keep hitting the hives. Wow, you missed every... this won't reproduce for a while, so let's not worry about it. Stupid heat wave is going to make trying to not be heat stroke difficult. Alright, furniture. Let's grab a steel bed. And I guess this is as good of a hospital room as I've got. Alright, Jordan's all patched up. Soon it's not going to be an issue. Once I'm able to cast magical spells to heal, it's not going to be much of a problem. But this heat stroke is going to suck. Alright, shield. Where are you? Well, keep teleporting around. Oh, and you're gone again. I'm not even going to bother trying to follow him. Pretty much impossible. Alright, so he's all healed up. That was fast. Although he didn't really take the brunt of it. Alright, taking a look. So, Droiden's not all that concerned with the heat stroke. I think he is naturally higher heat resist. But the rest of them, that's not true. No, construct it. Alright, my heat stroke is serious right now on shield, so I'm going to have shield just hang out for a bit in this nicely cooled room. Cheese, your heat stroke is climbing up there as well. Unfortunately, this is a lot of the precious wood that I would want to have invested in really anything else. There are spells that will eventually allow me to not have to use wood to cool things down. But not really at the level that we need. So shield's resting. What I will do is, Droiden, we'll put you on some construct too. Can I tree sow? Not yet. I don't have... Oh no, I do have tree sowing. Yes. So I could hypothetically tree sow. And maybe I do that out here, where it's not going to interfere with anything. So I'm going to make cactus farming. Reminds me of Minecraft. Alright, so the heat wave, I think everybody is fine-ish. Turn off dev mode for now. It seems like Randy's doing a pretty good job of, you know, trashing me pretty hard. Alright, Mr. Rust, you are going to be sowing area like mad. I have no idea how it's even a comfortable temperature for the cactus. Well, it's only 119, right? Australia's seen worse. Alright, so before this hive replicates, let's kill it. Pop goes the Mr. Hive. Alright, now that's all inside. We're repairing it up. This is better bedrooms. And as Shield levels up his construction skill, I will try to get improved beds for everybody. I think we're all riding good beds, except for one. No, all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're all good beds. Can I get rid of the notifications? I can. So it's summer. I got a meteorite of slate, some Gara Revenge, a heat wave, and area revealed, which is where the gold was. Oh, Nerlin leveled up again. Give smooth draw 3. Uh-oh, everything got pissed. Trying to put down a poison trap. Rust, you might want to move. I don't know if I've left enough time for the trap to trigger. Maybe not. Cheese, I know you want to be on this. Hopefully I get some nicer bows soon, because they will absolutely help the arrow storm. Mr. Cheese. With a long-range lightning strike. Droidin, I would use... I could use in case. Let's get shield out here, too. This is a good way to level up. Just to tick off a bunch of creatures and dance around until we get them killed. Alright, shield killed that one. Oh, don't cure disease. Cheese, help me out over here. Boom, stunned. That's right. Alright, this one over here is just about dead. Nope, it's gone now. Cool. As you can see, the use of magic here dramatically changes the way combat can play out. Being able to poison and stun and lightning and yeah, it does make it much, much nicer. Alright, so bang for my buck, I think cowboy hats are, not 101 of them, but cowboy hats are probably the quickest way to get some nice heat resist. So we're gonna have Droidin crank out 5 of them for us, and we'll be the party of cowboy hats. As far as dumping goes, let's do insects. So I'm just putting them out here so I can burn them. So rotten, fresh, don't care which, humans and insects go out here. And then I'm going to shrink the zone so that we don't overlap. And then I will put rotten corpses here. Preferred for like any corpse that is rotten goes out there. And then in this butchery, no insect corpses. There's other corpses that are unwanted, and we'll have to deal with them later. Oh man, it is getting hot, hot, hot. Jordan, how's the hat making business? Not so good. You've not... Oh, we made 1 hat. So Nerlin has it on. Protecting up to 124, so that's a lot higher. That's going to keep us safer from melting. And the camel hide is particularly good. It's not as good as camel hair, but camel hide is almost as good. Is it safe for the farmer to be casting poison? I don't see why not. Let's go wildlife. Let's kill the remaining dromedaries over everything else, so that we can harvest their leather. Did Droid incorporate a school of aberration to make other casters less powerful? What do you mean? The Geomancer here is a very, very powerful class, if that's what you're wondering about. Oh, I'm about to have a ton of meat spoil. Cacti are not going to grow. Where this iguana? Let's drop poison on it. Oh, he also leveled up a bit. But no, we wanted another point. Dead. Oh, it's so much fun. Can geomancers grow trees? No, they're more like earth. They're like, think dwarves more than trees. So Droid in here. Here's the Geomancer. Here's what they're good at. They're good at mining. So the reason why they improve soil is because it's part of the earth, but druids are really the, like Rust here, is really the go-to for growing and whatnot. So now that we have that, let's go with dusters. 5 dusters. They require 80 ingredients, so I'm going to allow light leather and camel hide, and we're going to just have to butcher up for that. All right. When we make this, we are going to take 2 simple meals. Oh, goats apparently are plain leather. All these garros should be light leather, though. Let me just allow them all. So just with the hats alone, we're probably not going to get too much heat stroke, which is good. And it looks like the heat wave might be breaking, because it's not 130 out now, it's less. Let's just finish that one off. Now we have a lot of leathers, plain leathers. Alright, maybe I'll allow plain leather too. Actually, plain leather is better than light leather. So that'd be good. You're going to see a ton of meat spoil, and there's really not much I can do about that. So the harmony here is part of the RimWorld of Magic. It is sort of the magic resist type. It's quite literally magic resist. I didn't add that in, but I did add magic resist to animals. By default, in the RimWorld of Magic, animals don't have resists. Some of the lesser creatures here, like the Garu, also don't have resists. Not by default. But some of the stronger creatures, like the skin spiders, although because of the heat wave, I don't really have a lot of creatures on this map, they get a lot of magic resist. And that's so that I can't just poof them out of existence. The bush next to the kitchen is sparkling because I'm Droidin the Geomancer is improving the soil quality. Alright, so here's my dusters. And after the 5 dusters, I'm also going to make 5 button-down shirts and then 5 tabards. Don't use cloth, though. Cloth is... I probably should be growing my own cotton, but cloth is pretty important. Alright, cheese. I'm just trying to keep the map tile a little bit tidy, because it could very easily become... I obviously set the wrong thing on fire, but it easily could become nasty. Full of dead bodies and whatnot. Will I be able to improve soil in caves? Yes, as long as it's soil. If it's just, do I have a I don't think I have natural caves occurring here. Animal migration caribou. You are way in the wrong biome. My felted head friends. There's really no need for me to go kill it, so I'm going to ignore it. Did I get the wild dude tamed? No, he was a drug addict and refused to do dumb labor, so I, like, murdered him. Just curious how much cheese I could fit in my mouth. You're obviously not being friendly with that, but I don't know. I'm a fan of pizza, so enough of it. North Stockpile. Actually, Cheese and I were just playing Tarkov yesterday. I am really bad at it. Really, really very bad at it. Alright, so Rust with the Duster. Okay, yeah, 138. We are fine now. Which means that when these coolers run out of fuel, I'm not going to refuel them. I don't really mind the sleeping in the heat. I'd rather have that than a lack of wood. Cheese, yeah. Normally I'd be like, oh no, you're fine, but no, I think you are worse. but that's only because I've played like PUBG 2,000 hours and Rust 1,000 hours and other similar games for ridiculous amounts of time. So I've paid my dues and clocked my time. Alright, Droiden, I want you tailoring over mining for now. 1,000 hours of Rust changes a man. Yeah, having to look at, I don't even know how many times I've been bashed over the head by a rock. By someone with a really high-pitched voice who's screaming all sorts of, like, random obscenities. That is my experience in Rust. And you know what? I guess I love it, so call me a masochist, but I can't help it. I just can't help it. The toxicity burns your soul. Yeah, well, I make a pretty active attempt to try not to be a toxic person. But it does rub off on you. I'm not gonna lie. Can we get a Rust Let's Play? Maybe in the future. Maybe after like 7 days is done. I've been bouncing ideas around of what to play post 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die still has a lot of legs. I don't suspect that series is going to end anytime soon, but if and when it does, it will be replaced something fun. Hey, Cheese, let's have you sit on a stool. Where can I put? I'm just trying to make. This torch is in the way. I'm trying to make room for a stone cutting bench. And given that it is really... Well, actually the heat wave's over, so... So that I don't waste any more wood, let's destroy my... Oh no, I wanted that. Let's destroy the acid coolers. I'm not gonna put it there, it's just the torch is in the way of where I want it. Oh, and he's gone. I like how Shield, even though he's not a mage, blinks around like he's a mage. You just don't care. And now he has maxed out Phase Strike. Now there's other things to level up Phase Strike. One increases the crit rate, one reduces the stamina cost, and one makes him hit more enemies around the area that he phases. But having really high level Phase Strike will help him level up a lot faster. Alright, so any stones, don't care what it is, but don't go everywhere for it. Just go 30 tiles or 28 tiles. And... stone chunks. Chunks of stone. You guys think I'm due for a raid? I don't know why Randy hasn't thrown me one. I guess he did hit me with an infestation, but, maybe come morning time, we'll get a little raid going on. I'm feeling raidy. Raids for Rad. Oop. You leveled up. So let's give you Regenerate. So Regenerate is heal over time. It's a hot heal over time ability, which is... I'm not going to have an autocast because I want to use it. Iguana self-tamed. Lame. How about we will do a... I'll just do a raid. No, I'll do a special type of raid. Where are they? Raids. Oh, we got liches coming in. We got 2 Death Knights. Ha ha ha. Silly Death Knights. You don't know who you're up against. It's probably important that Russ don't go YOLO by himself, because they are Death Knights. But, alright, you are standing out in front. Oh, just melted your leg very, very badly, so ha ha ha. Alright, Nerlin, you're up. Oh, I think we just poisoned him too. Oh, this poor Death Knight is getting the kitchen sink thrown at him. I'm not going to jump in there because shield actually doesn't have good armor, and I don't want shield to get melted yet. Nerlin. Oh, our short bows have suck range. I'm going to have to get better bows. So, as part of the rules here, we are to treat Mage Hunters and the Confederacy of Lords ethically, but not these dudes, not Death Knights. The Liches, I don't care much for. So let's try to do a Seismic Slash. There we go. And a Phase Strike. Cool. Let's get rid of that. Good stun. Blade Spin. Nice. Shield got him down. Or really combined effort. And they're both dead. Huzzah! These aren't particularly high-level Death Knights, I don't think. But, even at their level, with their gear, they were very hard to take down. They were in plate armor and all that. Now we'll let them burn up. Enjoy it. High-level Death Knights are very scary, yes. They do... they're very scary. Like, they're very strong. You don't want to fight them unless you have to. So... let's do a heater shield. And let's make a green leather lizard skin healer shield. I don't know if that's... what's the best kind of leather I have? So we want sharp. 81 sharp. 81. 81. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so we'll have a lizard skin shield, heater shield, and for now, a light plate helmet. Made of the steel. And Droidin, you're gonna craft that up for a good buddy. Keep him a little bit more protected. Oh my god, you're jumping around so much. Forget it. Can't look. Yeah. Meat spoils. When we have vegetables, I'm gonna, for now, because we don't have refrigeration or anything like that, I am going to... yes. No human meat, no insect meat. I'm gonna forever make pemmican, so... any of our food we can keep from spoiling. So much spoiled traumatary meat. Now, what are we researching? Plate armor? That'll be really good. Alright, so here's the heater shield. It has decent sharp resists. There we go. Now, shield's armor goes up. Will I cut out the connection issues and put it on YouTube? Yes. Yes, I will edit those out. Alright, so another thing I need to do is 2 outfits. So let's delete all the other outfits. Might and mages. I'm just going to keep it really simple. So, mages here. There is a lot of gears you could see that's added in. I'm not going to go through all of it right now. I'm just going to remove light plate helmets, heavy plate helmets, from the mages. Come on. So that they're not trying to put armor on. It doesn't really infringe on them. It's just there's clothing that's custom tailored to be useful for mages and for warriors. And yeah. We'll just focus on that. Alright, so when we make Pim, drop on the floor. Oh, right. This is our pet. I was like, how did this animal just open up? No, don't eat my... Stop it. That's one way to stop it. Trying to eat my eggs. I totally forgot that we had a random... Alright, so plate armor is done. Long blade, no. Gladius is the biggest blade that you can use, so great bows would be really important. I'm definitely, with development mode on, I'm going to accidentally one of these times hit, like, immediate research, so I'm going to disable development mode until I need it. Alright, shield. Your gear is 80 sharp. It's getting up there. Exactly. Don't touch another man's eggs. It's that simple. Let's give him heavy plate. Heavy plate. Make it out of steel. This is going to take a little bit of crafting time. And I think what I'm going to do is tailor first and then smith. But we can actually make one fewer dusters because shield's going to be in armor. As far as time left goes, I'm going to go a little bit longer so that you guys get the full 3 hours, disregarding the disconnects. But I am quite eager to get Toolkit running for you all for next week. I think it's probably a pretty solvable issue. Fingers crossed. Nerlin, you leveled up again? I'm going to start investing in Augmented Bond so that he can get a really powerful bonded animal. Maybe raid an enemy base? Alright, I hadn't generated the map, but let's do that. So there's a bunch of, yeah, once I get a little bit better armor, I could definitely raid a base. I'm hugely outnumbered, but that's okay. I'll probably survive. I just don't, I also probably want bows, to be honest. Droiden, that means you have a lot of work to do. Droiden's like, why me? Taking a look at Earth sprites. There. Expanded the zone a little bit more. Yes, on the website, Rhadamant.com/origins has the mod loadouts. Now, some of the mods I made myself, so you can't download them, and I explained why at the bottom of that, bottom of the list there. But essentially, if you install RimWorld of Magic and Vanilla Factions Expanded and Medieval Vanilla Factions, and then use the this storyteller, use Maynard Medieval, you are going to get about 80% of this series without having to do a lot of work, is the long and short of it. Oh my god, look at our comfortable temperature range now. 156. That's easy bake oven territory, I think. Alright, so shield, you are idle. I think what I'm going to do for shield is start to smooth out some of the bedrooms. These aren't permanent bedrooms, but for now, I'm just going to smooth them out and make them a little bit nicer. It also increases colony value, which has the added benefit of sending me bigger raids. So, what can I say about it? You're welcome. The skin's spider pet would be scary enough for me. Well, taming monsters is against the series rules. FYI. We just leveled up again. Let's get another Spriggan Might. This increases the speed at which the Earth sprites work and terraform tiles. And obviously that's going to be very, very, very important. What else can I do? So for Might, let's not allow dusters. And for mages, let's go ahead and remove plate armor and heavy plate armor. Am I saving your points for something? No. Let me see. I would say for you, for now... Cheese, yeah, I don't know. I would say maybe learning Lightning Storm would be good. Trying to save up for Lightning Storm. That's a really good crowd control. That's actually the ability I used that summoned all the lightning bolts in the trailer. Well, it looks like we need some meat. But we have a lot of pemmican. We have a decent amount of pemmican. So, oh god, there are Leviathans. So this is what a Leviathan looks like. Am I able to kill one right now? No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Big old nope. Alright, let's kill everything else that's small, though. Yes, these are Leviathans. If you thought a Thrumbo is strong, you're wrong. I would say one Leviathan could maybe kill 5 Thrumbo by themselves. If not more. They're ridiculously, ridiculously strong. And that's wonderful. Alright, so some of these bedrooms are becoming dull up from awful. Which is good, because awful has a penalty. Dull does not have so much a penalty. At least they can't be zombified. Yeah, that's true. They're very, very, very tanky. Now, a high-level might or magic character would be able to deal with them, I wouldn't say with ease, but would be able to deal with them. But we're not high-level. What other abilities do I have? What other levels do I have? So, let me run through, while everyone's sleeping, through some of the abilities. So, poison is exactly what you've seen. It just causes pain and damage to body parts, and it's somewhat temporary. Beguiling Nature sort of switches from Manhunter to non-Manhunter. So you can turn Manhunter animals, passive, or you can turn passive animals Manhuntered. What are the other abilities here? Efficient Regeneration is a heal over time. Cure Disease cures disease. Regrowth is a high-level spell that helps to replace basically replace messed up body parts. You lose a finger, a high-level druid can regrow that. Taking a look at Shield here, next up on the list. Shield also leveled up. Let's do... I'm going to save this one. So Blade Training is just passives. It makes them passively stronger over time, and they change titles. So right now he's a Bladesman, and then he'll become, as I increase that, he'll become like a Blade Master or a Legendary Blade Master, so on and so forth. And then Body Mastery is exactly the same. It's increase in moving, manipulation, stuff like that. Blood Filtration. These are both passives, and Nerlin has similar passives. Ranger Training, go from Woodsman to Ranger to Legendary Ranger, so on and so forth. And then Bow Mastery is passively becoming better at the bow. But back to Shield. You've got Seismic Slash, which is sort of a directed area of attack ability, which damages anyone in the path. So when you cast it, it hurts everybody within the path here. So if you take a look, everything within that dust burst will take some damage. And the higher level it is, the more damage it does. Blade Spin, which is Whirlwind. It's a temporary one-spin Whirlwind. Kind of like a cleave. And then Phase Strike, which you've seen a ton. Phase Strike's really good against taking out particularly high-level mages, because you can teleport to them, and high-level Phase Strike will also allow you to do big crits, which is kind of really nice. Off to Droiden. So Droiden here has a Stone Skin, which is, how to explain it? It casts like a barrier, a magical barrier to protect from damage that has a certain amount of stacks. Mold Maker, or Encase, which creates the sort of earth encases you in stone temporarily, and as that levels up, it becomes stronger. The stone becomes higher level. It covers a larger radius. So if you have, like, let's say you're being attacked by 2 sapper raids at once, and they're hitting you at the same time, you might be able to actually physically encase one of the sapper raids and render them, effectively ineffective for the duration of the encase. Earth sprites, which I'm using a lot of. So we've turned a lot of this territory here from stony soil to fertile soil. That takes a long time. I mean, the progress that I've made here is great, but it's taken, the 2.5 hours or so that I've been cranking on that. But that's a very, very powerful thing that takes time over time. And as this levels up, you become faster at it. You've got Earthen Hammer, which uses chunks of stone and launches them at enemies to stun them and do big damage. But at the end of Earthen Hammer, it stuns the caster because of how much focus it requires. And then you have Sentinels. Sentinels create like little gargoyles that remain dormant on the map. And then when enemies get within a radius, they become active, and they will automatically attack, like a low-level creature, automatically attack nearby enemies. So Sentinels are pretty cool as well. They're really good to like protect choke points and things like that. And then Meteor, the master level, is exactly what you would think. A massive, massive chunk of stone comes hurling from the sky and absolutely splats anything that it lands on. And then the added bonus of that is the core, the center of the meteor, might actually have silver or gold or uranium or jade or something like that. Some sort of high level material. Low level meteors might just have like steel, but it's another way to like generate metals from nothing. Nerlin. So Nerlin, you've got poison traps, which this poison trap still hasn't been armed or triggered yet. You don't always trigger it when you step on it. I don't use a lot of poison traps. You've got Animal Bond, which forms... you can only do this on one animal, and it forms a... You can release an animal from bond, but it forms a bond with a specific animal. It makes that animal, depending on how you level it up, a lot stronger. Yes, and it trains them automatically. And then you have the Arrow Storm, which you've seen me use a bunch. Then for cheese, we've got Lightning Bolt, which I've used as well. It's a individual target. It does have a versatility so that you can eventually level it up to strike others in the area. You've got a Lightning Cloud, which is sort of like EMP grenades for mechs, but it's Lightning Clouds for humans. It just stuns everybody in a certain radius. And then you've got the Lightning Storm, which just calls down a ton of lightning bolts and hits people at random. And then Eye of the Storm, which is very much like magical orb, or the Frost Orb from Diablo 2. It's a orb of lightning that travels outwards and just annihilates anything in its path. The last abilities of mages here, so you've got Meteor, and you've got Eye of the Storm. These are locked, and you have to use a Master Scroll to unlock them. So you can't just learn them by leveling up. They're a little bit rarer, and they're very powerful. And that about covers it. And this is, of course, only 5 of the many classes that are introduced. So all the other classes have different abilities. And in truth, I haven't even played all of them. There's just so much in this mod that... So, I haven't really played some of the other classes to the fullest. Some of the more interesting ones, I have a bunch of them disabled, of course, but some of the more interesting ones would be the Arcanist is pretty cool because it can create portals between zones, like a transport pod, but transport pod driven by magic, which is pretty neat. So if we end up having more than one colony, we can teleport between colonies, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. What else is... priests are pacifists. They literally can't do combat by default. They are forced to be prevented to do violence, but their master ability is a resurrect ability. So if you might have noticed, you guys don't have the ability to just resurrect things, nor is there trait buying. But not being able to resurrect things means that if I have a dead character, my chance to resurrect them is not to rely on the Twitch toolkit, you guys spending points, but it is for... Uh-oh. Okay, apparently my stream hiccuped for a lot of people, but I'm still online. Okay, just refresh. Refreshing fixed it. I had a 7 Days to Die stream last week that absolutely immolated, and I was only online for maybe a third of it, which was really sad. My ISP, my internet service provider, just decided to destroy me in the worst way possible. Oh, Avanaco's coming in. Ooh, riding a bull. Buffalo riding a bull. You, my friend, have the wrong name. Another thing I'd like to do, let's see. I really want research here. Rust has been busy growing the trees over here. And Cheese is hunting. So Cheese, I might actually put you temporarily on research just so that we can get great bows. Because with these short bows, we're very vulnerable. Is the mod gone? Read the bottom of the website. Have it all written out. But basically, no. But not because I don't want to share it, but because I can't. Like, you wouldn't be able to use it anyway. I guess the way to put it. So, Shield leveled up again, and I'm going to give him Blade Mastery level 1. So, now he's not a Bladesman, he's a Blade Master. This gives him some passive bonuses, like movement speed, hit chance, melee dodge, that kind of thing. Yeah, my enthusiasm in the mod. The mod's really fun. It's not balanced. It's very imbalanced by default. So if you're playing for yourself, you might actually have to impose some imaginary rules upon yourself to make this fun for you. Because it is very easy to just be... much like being a stealth archer in Skyrim, it's very easy to be, like, godlike. And if you don't want to be godlike like that, you're going to have to take care to sort of balance it out yourself. Yeah, it's just, it is the way it is. So this mod is a ton of fun, but it is very easy to just have the fun ruined. Like, imagine playing Skyrim and starting as level 100. And how sort of immersion and fun ruining that would be. It's very easy to make the same mistakes here. So the idea that I had is, yeah, like, I'm sure our characters here are going to become very, very powerful, but the idea is to have monsters like the Leviathans that are very strong to come attack us, and also to have swarms of enemies. Crimson Ross saying, can I consume some wine? Yeah, sure, I can do that. Let's see, normal, good, and poor. All right, we'll give you some good wine. I don't know about drinking. Oh, it's midnight. Never mind, you're fine. Yeah, I just queued up actually the cooking of fine meals. So we're gonna do that until we have 7, and take 2 fine meals. So wine here, the good wine at least, has the added benefit of having a bonus perk, so that's kind of nice. Actually, let's mood drugs. Let's allow wine every day. Only if mood is below 77, take 1 in the inventory. Maybe not every day. That's let's hope we don't get an addict. So we are... Jordan is about halfway done with the steel heavy plate armor, which is going to open up a lot of opportunities for us to wage better war. No, Cheese is drinking too? Well, this will help with mood. Except for you drink poor wine. Oh, -3. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to I need to sell the poor wine. Because clearly it is no good. Refugee chase? Sounds good. Do map. It said no, but 3 Mage Hunters is chasing him. 65 years old. Starship janitor. Well, whatever. Alright, so they are... Actually, they're physically adept, so they can become some sort of physical hero. But they're also cannibal. I don't think we're going to add a cannibal in. But 3 Mage Hunters are chasing her, which is, needless to say, not easy to defeat. So, Druiden, get armoring. I'm probably not going to keep her. Jang here. I'll do another one where it's not like something dumb. Like a cannibal. Alright, so who are we fighting? This one's a gladiator, the other 2 are just well geared. Alright, Jang. You don't have pants on? Well, you are going to hang around because I'm going to send you out. Aggroing the Leviathan for any reason whatsoever is a very bad idea, unless you have some sort of plan to kill it. Oh, are you lighting my trees on fire? That's not gonna work for me. Ooh, that killed him. That arrow storm done murder him. So this gladiator here is the really dangerous one, depending on what levels and what abilities he has. He's also a dual wielder. Phase strike. Oh, it's a crit. I almost cut off his arm. Oh, he was trying to use some sort of magical ability against me, and I killed him in time. The gladiators by default have about 30% arcane resistance, so they're harder to kill with spells. And that's just part of their class. Oh, and Octave, who is nimble. Oh, you are 15? That's cute. Well, the ethical treatment of prisoners is a rule, so we will do just that. I might not want to recruit a 15-year-old, but it's tempting because he doesn't really have any negative stats. Hey, Shield, can you just phase strike with him? Alright, Jang, you are definitely out of here. Oh, yep, there we go. We just phased with holding him. Oh no, there's a mana drain. Alright, so the mana pools, I guess that is good that it happened right after the fight, but the mana pools of everyone is going to go down. Poll to recruit. I could get behind that. Simple poll, yes or no. 1 is yes, 2 is no. Alright, Rust, you're going to use your regenerate ability and regenerate this dude. So here's how regenerate works. So you cast regenerate, and then the wounds that they have start to become healed automatically. And what we're gonna do is patch them up anyway. But you'll see some of these cuts just regenerate just came off cooldown, and this mana drain is not helping. Great Bow just finished up. Let's go with cultivation. So certain spells, when you use, give you arcane weakness, because the spell itself takes so much out of you that you become weaker for the remainder of the spell. So this is one of those times when, when we were weakened. Well, now that we're able to make great bows, let's get 4 of them cranked out. He's 15. He's a shopkeep. Really good at social. Really doesn't have a lot of talents, though. He's pretty talentless. However, traits can be modified. Now, I know I said you can't buy traits, but there is an ability to manipulate them anyway. There is a artifact in this game that allows you to steal the traits off of a victim and imbue those traits onto a recipient, which is pretty cool. Bad temperature. We don't have a lot of wood, so let me start cutting down wild trees. or cacti. So if the traits on someone suck, you can essentially fix it. But if their passions are terrible, you know, there's not really anything to do about that. All right, Nerlin and Shield, you're going to try to reduce the resistance. The poll's still up. It's about 62% of you say yes. 38% say no. I'll leave it up a little bit more, a little bit longer than that. I've described how traits work. But we have some heavy armor, so that's a huge boon. And then after the heavy plate, helmet, we'll get the bows. We're just gonna have to get a lot of wood from the environment here. Looks like the potato harvest is coming up nice. Tater is obviously growing a little bit faster because the ground's better. Let me hide these, so now you can actually see the quality of the soil. So this is all stony soil, and then we have all rich soil here. So in this zone here, it actually would make most sense to start to grow rice rather than potatoes because the rich soil supports rice faster. Maybe he should not be in the same zone as, like, the Gladius? And the bows? Yeah, alright, that's a fair point. Weapons and apparel get removed. Weapons get removed from this zone. Do the zones grow? So, the way this works here is there's a zone called Earth Sprites, and I designate where I want the sprites to work. So right now I have the sprites working on the stony soil tiles, but I can determine where I want them to do their magic. Yes. So if I wanted to write a zone, like if I wanted to write the words hello, I could, in rich soil. Although it makes a lot more sense to create a zone that is, you know, create a zone that mimics a vanilla grow zone, which is, I mean, I forget exactly. I'd have to look at one. It's, what is a vanilla grow zone? It's 9 by 5? Something? I thought it was 9 by 5. Something like that. Alright, so the heavy plate is done. The armor. Shield's gonna have a lot of armor after this. Shield's armor is already way up there, which is nice. Start growing grapes for desert wine? I will. Now that I have a ton of potatoes. Yeah, let's, this zone here, this squiggly weird zone, let's get, some grapes. Honestly, actually, the Psychite, well, if I want mana I don't know. We'll grow grapes for now. Wow, this, mana drain, pretty much none of the mages have mana anymore. 9 by 5 is right. Okay, cool. Magic is returning to normal. That's good. Being tongue-tied here. Alright, taking a look at the polls. We loaded up for about 5 minutes. So you all say, yes, recruit him. He comes with his pretty good gear. Obviously, his weapon is gone, but I can make a new weapon. So, prisoner, recruit. Now, he doesn't have physical talents, so I'm going to have to make something... I'm going to have to make a special item to allow him to become a might character. The idea here is we won't have any unimbued characters. We won't have basically... This is a school of the talented, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Ooh, a mana surge. That's what I'm talking about. Went from low mana to high mana. That's awesome. I need smoke leaf for mana pots. Yes, I know. Once this psychoid comes to harvest, I'll make some smoke leaf. With shield teleporting all around, I'm surprised he hasn't leveled up a little bit faster. No one really has. Oh, Cheese, you're almost leveled up, though. What are you currently? You're currently working in cultivation. So, Cheese, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you to hunt again. And use some of this mana surge to make your hunting a little bit faster. Caravan request. Agave for combat style ranger. That's... no revenge. I'm gonna lightning you. Combat style ranger allows you to be just like Nerlin. Unfortunately, we have 1 max per class, so we have no need of combat style ranger unless, of course, we wanted to sell it. That would be the only stipulation. Or if Nerlin dies, which let's hope he doesn't. Good shot. Yeah, just finish him off the old-fashioned way. Am I able to heal animals with your powers? Yes. So you can use your regeneration to heal anything you want, really. You could even heal enemies, for that matter. In fact, it wouldn't be a terrible idea if we're trying to recruit this dude to build him a bedroom and heal him up. So I'm going to wake you up right now, although you're still arcane weakened. And now you have arcane sickness, which is my fault because you're already weakened. Whatever. So you just healed him fully. He's on his feet already. The bot is disabled right now because it was freezing my game. So if you're looking for the bot, you will not find it. Not at the moment. I apologize for that. I tried if you weren't here for it, I tried troubleshooting it a lot, and I couldn't get it running. So this is a temporary little prison that I'm going to build. I should start moving away from... okay, no, it's fine. I should start moving away from steel and start using the stone that I've been cutting, but whatever. This is fine for now. Alright, putting rice in the fertile zones. I will spare what precious wood I have for a torch. And let's do an end table and a dresser. And smooth it out. Alright, and then he's going to be out of my potato stash and not eating raw potatoes. Ooh, a Masterwork Tabard. That's going to be nice. Double raid before the end of the stream? Well, I'll raid once. I don't know about a double raid. I don't think a double raid would do. A little wine will take care of that? Yeah. Get him a little drunk. Well, he's 15. Actually, you just... no. FBI, this comment. Right here, that comment. Alright, so this is a dull little prison cell, but hey, it's something. Mediocre. Mediocre. Okay, so the bedrooms I've got going on are starting to get a little nice. How long will I stream today? Probably till around 4:30. I have like a prior commitment at 5 that I have to make it to. I feel bad about the stream blowing up on you guys, so I'll stream a little bit longer. So the uptime is wrong here. So an extra half an hour, yeah. Precisely. Animal migration, fennec foxes. Oh, for a second I thought the Leviathan was about to smoosh them. I want fox pets. So I'm going to send... fennec foxes are really efficient haulers. They don't eat a lot of food, and they're able to haul, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to try to get some fox pets, but the thing is, they're migrating. Oh, wow, you missed every shot? He just must not want to hurt foxes. Okay, this is ridiculous. Can you hit something? There we go. And we destroyed its kidney, so forget that, fox. We want to incapacitate one of these so it doesn't leave, but, and then tame it. Alright, I encased a few of them so they're not going anywhere, as you can see. You stuck. And, I can't shoot it because I have no line of sight. Let's try to down another one. This is probably overkill. Nope, wasn't. And it's dead. Oh well. Whamp. Yeah, because they're migrating through, I have a limited amount of time for me to try to capture it, right? Or it just leaves the tile. So I'm just trying to do a little bit of Oh, are you? No, they're still migrating. Okay. I thought maybe the encase would have, like, reset its AI to not try to leave, but that's not the case. The right person to send on this mission here would have been the, I'm just gonna animal bond, if I can. Alright. It might be too wild. No, it's too wild. There's a wildness of 75%. I can only bond with up to 75, not 75, or up to 70, not 75. This is failing. All I'm really doing is killing a whole bunch of foxes. It's, oh, and your tail's gone. Now the thing is, if I had a high-level druid, missing body parts aren't that much of a problem, because I can replace them. That's actually one of the wonderful things, yep, you're dead. Forget it. One of the wonderful things about this mod is, animals that are used for combat aren't permanently wounded forever because I can regrow body parts, which is pretty cool. It's expensive to regrow body parts. You can't just, like, do it on a whim, for balancing reasons. It takes a lot out of a druid to do it, but it's nice that it exists. I need a fast person with a club or a mace. Yeah, I should have sent Shield out there with a club. I will next. He just got a little bit stronger, but I'm going to save up for more Blade Master. But that reminds me, let's make a mace. I don't have any uranium, so we're going to use the next best steel. Even Randy doesn't want me to have, grapes. He just tried to set my grape farm on fire. I'm not going to allow sowing anymore. I think we have enough sown here. I'd rather have Rust cut down some trees. Really? You really hate grapes that much, Randy? Come on, man. Eventually, mages get the ability to extinguish fires with spells. Oh, God. I was trying to hit me with it. Alright, I'm sorry, Randy. I didn't diss you. I like you. You are the Randiest. Don't smite me. Don't kill my lightning mage with the lightning. That would be too cruel, even for you. Alright, Shield. Let's get you this, mace here. Get walking, man. Just... I'm jumping over it. There we go. Maces are also, usable with shields. Longswords are not. I can set them to be usable, but I haven't made that decision yet. Did a pawn actually get hit by lightning? No, not yet. This dry thunderstorm's not done. It'd be really funny if it hit a Leviathan and set the Leviathan to manhunt or something. That would be horrifying. And pretty funny at the same time. Alright, so Nerlin, your next point is going to be... Animal Empathy, and another point in Augmented Bond. I really want Augmented Bond 3 before I tame something. So now, Nerlin can get something up to 80% wildness. So what are Bone Dogs? Bone Dogs are like 75, maybe? No, that's Pain Shock. Where's Wildness? Oh, only 50%. Okay, yeah, so we could get a bone dog if we wanted. Labrador Retriever. So some Labrador Retrievers just joined. I'll keep them. I'm going to kill the one female and keep the 3 males, so I don't end up with like so many pups that I can't feed them. It's gonna be a little tricky to feed them, but you all know how this goes. If you're a subscriber of mine, type something in the next 3 minutes, and that gives you the possibility of getting a Labrador Retriever. This does not, however, preclude you from getting a full-fledged character. If you get a full-fledged character, I'll just reassign the animal if you want. And if you're a subscriber and you've been active in the chat in the last 15 minutes, you're eligible. Alright, so I'm going to create a pets zone here. I'm going to keep the pets basically just away from the farmland, and I will put kibble out for them. So I'll put a steel shelf right here for kibble. And add this to pets. And once they're trained, I'll lift the movement embargo. But for now, I just want them close, so it's easier to train them and keep them away from kibble. Nug, thanks for the resub. All right, so here we go. I'll give another minute for the Fitz, Gomer, and Homeboy. What fun names. Assignments. Because I have a front gate here that's closed, I can open up... Oh, Arcane Bandits. So, that's pretty cool. There's some fighter books. So, there's a outpost that the Seers want destroyed. It's owned by Mage Hunters. And for doing it, it's going to give me Gear Repair, which is a fighter skill that automatically maintains their armor. Strong Back, which adds carry weight at the cost of stamina. Cerium, which is a sort of XP potion, and mana potions. And the Seers will pay me that if I kill them, which very much I would want to do that. And I have 25 minutes of stream left to do it. Hopefully, what I'm really aiming to do is get some great bows before I try something like that. Great bows are going to be a huge game changer for combat. All right. Last time I checked, yeah, allow rotten is checked off. So could you move that dead body? They're starting to get tamed up in obedience. Give the puppies a sleeping spot. That's a very good point. So I've got a lot of light leather, I think. Nope, I don't have enough. All right, plain leather? Nope, I don't. How do I not have enough plain leather, too? Did I use all my leather on everything? I must have. All right, so they'll have a very basic sleeping spot. And I'll have to work on a something nicer once I have a little bit more material. So speaking of material, if we kill the Garu, we'll get some plain leather. Oh wow, the cacti already grew. So this is the wood that we desperately need for the bows. And Droidin, after you drink your wine, you'll be making bows. Oh, they want revenge. Getting revenge on cheese is tough. Because he can just... Oh, you hit his brain! you hit his brain with lightning. Oh, man. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oh, I forgot to mention Amp. Amp is like a fibrous Mechanites ability. Item stash quest for Arcalium, or however you pronounce it. And there is a guarded by one enemy. I'd want to do that too. That type of metal is a enchanted sort of... It's like a sort of enchanted steel that makes warriors stronger. Oh. Don't eat, don't eat, don't eat. You pissed them all off. Which is fine. I'd rather have them travel towards me, because it's a little bit easier to butcher them, right? Alright, poison. Bows. Lightning. Phase strike. Seismic slash. And spin. There's one. Rust. Regen shield. And we're done. And this regeneration will just get rid of his, oh, he was friendly fire, too. We'll just get rid of his torso damage. Oh, but one's back up. Let's poison him again. Little reminder that you're supposed to be dead. So, we leveled up here with, Rust. I think what I'm going to do is start to invest in mana regen. Because that's very, very, very important. If you have no mana, you don't get to cast anything. This steel shelf, you are for kibble. And we should, I'm going to have a bill for kibble as well. Do until I have, oops, 150. I don't really care what we make it out of, because we're not food scarce right now. Alright, so the tabard's bills are done. I think whoever has the Masterwork Tabard should give that up to, yep, it would be Nerlin. Give that up to Shield here. Just for reasons, for obvious reasons. And the Nerlin, you're a hunter, so let's give you the green tabard. That kind of makes the most sense. Mad Rat. Thanks, Randy. So, Shield the Rat Smasher. Oh, he survived it? I'll be. Oh, you just cut out his lung like a surgeon, but left everything fine. This is, what, 25? Let's just... You can't do anything? They don't have enough stamina. Alright, we're done. Splat. Spine shattered. Never gonna get up. Actually, that rat there, funny enough, is gonna be incapacitated, like, until it starves to death. Because it has no spine, so it can't move, but it's also not bleeding. Because I just, like, crushed it. Sad little rat. The uptime is wrong. I'm going till half an hour past the hour. You could just not worry about that. Uptime. I could fix it. Alright, so the giveaway for the animals. Crimson Rust. What are the chances here? Alright, let's re-roll that. Plore. Crimson Rust is Rust here, so he doesn't really need that. Plore. Congratulations. You are a Labrador. Plore the Lab. Jack Bernetti. Alright, Mr. Jack. I'm gonna name... I like Bernetti. How's that for a lab name? And Cheese. Alright, Ed. Cheese was a funny one because he's also a character. Ed, let me know if you want the full name Ederet or if you just want Ed. Because you go by Ed on Discord, so... I'm not sure. Just Ed? Alright, perfect. Are you sure these rolls are random? Yes, I am. I'm using Nightbot. As you can see, Nightbot's literally announcing it. But the fact that two of the main characters in the series got animals, I just thought was funny. It don't look random, does it? I'll admit that. Well, I guess now that the, Alright, let's cut all the cacti down first. But now that this is starting to yield, that's pretty nice. A good amount of wood. Do we already have some bow? Yeah, we already have... Oof, we already have some excellent bows. Hello. Cultivation's done, that's really important. Next, let's get scribing. That's going to be unbelievably important. And Jordan leveled up. Unfortunately, Jordan, I'm having you be a utility character, so you're just going to get a lot of Spriggan Might. So that you can make this desert a wonderful oasis. No, don't equip it. Ah, no, that's not what I want. Oh, I'm not used to there being dual wield for shields. Alright, Nerlin. You're waiting. You have no points available. That's fine. Shield. Let's give you fitness level 1. Oh, no, I was waiting for Blade Mastery, but I'm going to give you 2 levels of fitness so you get more stamina, so that you can use your abilities more often. Stamina and mana regen are some of the more important things to invest in. Nerlin, I just want Augmented Bond 3, and then I'll go get that Bone Dog, and it'll be a pretty awesome Bone Dog. Droidin having... Yes, so the fact that he's a utility character and a crafter means that he's not likely to die. I felt really bad about what happened to him in Wardens, and here he is, again... And hopefully he won't. Because he's literally the only one to have permanently died in Warden. The Wardens of Eriador. Just bad luck. Just got a little disease. So now instead, he is druids by... the rust can cure diseases. So he's not going to succumb to those sort of diseases ever again. I think I might not want to store pemmican in here. I'm going to put the pemmican elsewhere. So we should just be eating meals. In fact, let's go ahead and change our meals. So we'll call these... We'll just delete the other ones that come by default. And this will be for meals only. And then we'll treat the pemmican as travel food, which is exactly what it's supposed to be. Yes, in RimWorld of Magic, you need both intellect and crafting to craft. So Droidin, if he's going to be a crafter, will need to be maybe the second researcher. That's a very good point. But for now, I just want my great bows. So we have another great bow here. Cheese, you'll get it. And I'll work towards wands. We're not quite there yet, but we're working on it. Alright. We've got a raid from the Confederacy of Lords. Ooh, it's a big one. Not super well geared, but a big one. And they are preparing a while, so I won't wake anyone up. I don't have luck enabled for Nightbot. Regular luck for subscribers and for everyone else, and active time out of 15 minutes, and it only assigns subscribers. If you're curious about the settings. Oh, here they come. Confederacy of Lords. Alright, well, I wanted you all to sleep in, but that's clearly not happening. Well, we have good bows, other than Droidin. Who just casted something? Oh, you casted poison on probably How. Automatically. Oh, How is... Don't even shoot How. He's so beyond dead. Splat. Alright, let's jump in there. What can we do here? The dual wielder. Let's shred the dual wielder. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, they're dead. So we got bruised up a little bit on shield, but not too bad. Oh, you're down. You are really good. Well, you're old, though. What is going on over here? Oh, jeez! Friendly fire! Oh my god! Yo here, I'm assuming it's Japanese, potentially could be recruited, but he's quite old. I'm also going to cast Regenerate on Shield so that he doesn't have to be bruised forever. So the physically adept means that they can learn to be might or like bow or melee heroes more easily by default. But given his age, I don't know. I'm supposed to treat them ethically, so I'm going to capture him regardless, one way or another, and then you all can vote. Start poll. There it goes. Yep, there you are. Whether I recruit him or not. So he's 60 years old, which means that he is, you know, he possibly could get stuff like bad backs or dementia or whatever. There's some ability for our druids and priests to cure that kind of stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean we want to be spending our resources to do it. However, we are supposed to treat the prisoners with respect, or at least not the liches, but everybody else. So we've captured him to release him. Jordan, where are you? You're supposed to be... yeah, patch him up with the very few herbal meds that I have. I don't feel good about that, but whatever. Octave here, which you did say to recruit, is only at 11 resistance. Jordan just finished smithing. Because I'd like to go hit the quests that we've got. Alright, so he's done smithing up the bow. Everybody has great bows, and Shield, of course, has the weapon. Has the mace. We're starting to get some obedience training on all of them. That's great. I'm going to take bed rest off of a top priority so that people stay productive instead. Rust, you are able to... Who's more hurt? Shield? Shield's more hurt. So, Rust, let's go regen Shield. So there's regeneration should... Yeah, he's cured. Is it time for the potions quest? Yes, it is, and that's why I'm trying to get everyone healed up. So, as far as that goes, Droiden, you're going to be our warden for the meantime, and everybody else is going to go form caravan. Maybe I'll leave... Yeah, I'll bring rest too. We are going to bring... the pemmican and the bedrolls, and I'll make one more bedroll on the way there. It's only about a day's journey. So Shield, let's get one more bedroll, and I'm gonna leave one other behind. So I'm gonna leave Rust. You're gonna stay behind. I don't want to leave the home base that unattended. Too heavy. Oh, there we go. What's the downside of hurt people to deny bed rest? They just don't heal up faster. You heal in beds a little bit quicker than you would outside of a bed, but the thing is, when you've got magic to do the healing for you, you can relax that requirement. So Droiden here, no, not Droiden, Rust here can drink a mana potion and then just heal Droiden. And now Droiden is not wounded and never needed to be rested anyway. Alright, so I also need to make a new food restriction called travel. And no corpses. No mashed pomona. No kibble, no hay. And that would be travel. Alright, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Well, taking a look at the polls, I think after about 5 minutes or so, enough of you said no, that we will release him. Which is fine. I don't disagree. So, Mr. Yo, or be on your way. There's really no risk of ever becoming allied with the Confederacy of Lords. They hate us for life. They hate us, you know, pretty deeply. So, no problems there. So my smithy queue is done. My tailoring queue is done. So we don't really need any crafting at the moment, which is fine. Rotten. Well, I'm not allowing corpses, so rotten shouldn't be a problem in this food restriction. Let's not allow rotten, but because corpses are already off. There's no such thing as a rotten food. It just disappears. Looks to me like there's only a few spots left in this area that requires so let's do smoke leaf. There's only a few areas left that require magical improvement, which is great. Yes, the pets need kibble. And unfortunately, Nerlin was a cook, so Rust, you're going to be the cook for now. Because hopefully you can't screw up kibble. Alright, caravan arrived. Oh, boy. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Alright, it disappeared. There was temporarily a giant skeleton with skeleton guards. But it didn't exist very long. So this is... It doesn't tell me how many defenders there are. So I don't know. What are you? You are a... bladesman. Well, my opening shot was lightning to your face or something. Where'd it hit you? Arms. Wait, why is there... You guys got spellopedes? Do not want. And a raccoon? That was it. Just those 3. That's not too bad. Don't know why there were spellopedes here, but, you know, whatever. They had, some tamed pets. That Blade Dancer went down super quickly. Did we level up? Yes, Augmented Bond is now maxed. Cheese, did you level up? You now know Lightning Storm. And Shield, you level up? You did. Let's get you a little bit more stamina. The Spellopede is still alive. Let's use Lightning Storm on it. I don't know if it's going to hit it, because it's area of effect, but might as well try. Because it's... We missed, but not. That's obviously much better for, yeah, sorry about your ears. That's very loud. I know. That obviously is very, very useful against groups of enemies. Absolutely annihilates groups of enemies, as you might imagine. But it was very, very cool. I'm going to have to tinker with some volumes to, you know, not blow out your ears. So here we are. The fighter skill strong back. And I'll leave it forbidden. We've got the Cerium and mana potions and some unrefined Mangicite. So, droid in here, I want you to take the Cerium. So what Cerium does is blah, 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 blah. It has a long description. Everything is long-winded here. But what Cerium does for you is it gives you global learning factor. So because Droiden needs to become a better researcher, to be able to craft, I gave him a little bit of that so he levels up his intellect a little bit faster. And again, Cerium, you could definitely OD on. You don't want to be doing that. This is no good. I'm probably not going to get to the item stash this stream. I'll have to do that in another stream. But the Seers, we improved our rep with them a little bit as well. In this stockpile, let's allow all magic items so we can actually put the stuff away. And then here, we want to... I think I already have Cerium. Yeah, it's already allowed. Will dogs drink it? I don't know if it has calories. No, it doesn't look like it has calories, so I don't know if they're going to drink it or not, but either way, we're going to be moving it. The dogs aren't allowed in this spot anyway, because they're only allowed in the sand areas. All right. So we 37 rep with the Seers, which is good. Don't you want to move the scrolls? They're not going to decay. I mean, their hit points is 1,300, so they could sit there for a while. I will eventually want to move them, but I'm not sweating it at the moment. Instead of using them, instead of moving them, I'm just going to have Shield use them when he gets home. Gear repair is really handy, especially for a brawler who's constantly has his armor damaged. And then strung back, I don't think I'm going to use. I think I'm going to sell it to the Seers when the Seers come visit me. Strung back's not all that useful. It allows you some extra carry weight, which could be nice if you don't have pack animals, but if you have pack animals, it becomes moot. And you don't get that stuff for free. So what strung back would allow you to do is it allows you to extra carry weight at the cost of maximum stamina. So your stamina would go down by like 25 or 30, something like that. It says in the ability, or when you learn it. And then it allows you to just carry some more carry weight. Oh. But he's just blinking his way home. All right, so let's go ahead and learn, what is this, gear repair? Yeah, let's learn gear repair. So what gear repair allows you to do is for minus 20 max stamina, which would bring me down to 80, I start repairing my stuff. If I turn this on, over time, really slowly, but over time, my gear will become repaired. And then once it's fully repaired, I can turn it off again. I could give it to the new recruit, but it also has value in being sold, too. Need warm clothing. We are going to need to do toques soon, too, aren't we? And I only have cloth. You know, I really need to start growing that stuff, don't I? Because it is gonna get cold. Alright, who's starting? Droiden is starving? I need to hunt. Oh, also, Nerlin, you are due to tame the animal bond with the bone dog, and that might be the last thing I do here. Let's bring you down here. We'll do that. Chad is asking me whether I could sing. I mean, who can't sing? But I can't sing well. Therein lies the rub. Alright, Nerlin. No, you wouldn't want to hear me sing. Plus, I have a little bit of a sore throat. It would be even worse. Animal bond. Cheese is running. Cannot wait until Cheese has blink. Alright, so Ursula here. I'm not going to give any warning. I'm just going to roll it. Slowbo. That's not so respectable name for a bone dog. But alright, fine. Slowbo it is. As you can see, it's fully trained 100%. And then if we check Slowbo, you have Ranger's Bond. So it feels a lot less pain. It manipulates a lot faster. It moves a lot faster. It has a lot more blood pumping. It has a higher pain shock threshold, and it dodges melee like crazy. It's a very, very, very powerful bond. I can only have one bond at a time, and if I dismiss it, Slobo disappears. Just poof, disappears. How does it manipulate? It manipulates by biting enemies. So Slobo is going to be... Oh, it also might... Here you can see it's hulling too. Uh-oh. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do this episode is defend against this raid of Mage Hunters. Animals. Slobo. Come to my aid. Stop what you're doing. Yeah, there we go. I just had to redraft. And I will release the Bone Dog. Fortunately, because it's like instant training, it's not like if the dog was to die, I could obviously just tame a new one. So it's not that I should treat them as expendable. Because, oh, they're preparing a while, aren't they? Let's go down there then. Can you use your... Oh, they're sapping like dummies. Oh my god, are they dumb? Yes, absolutely. Oh, no, never mind. You do not have the mana to open up with a lightning storm. But I could change that. This will take a little bit longer. But it would be fun to open up with a lightning storm. So let's me drink some mana potion. We also have some ibex wandering through. Well, they are a gladiator and just someone with a melee talents. Oh, another kid. Jeez, you guys need to recruit a little bit older. This one's a, a Bladesman Gladiator. That's not possible, but whatever. Okay, what do we want to do? Consume ambrosia. Everybody's about to have, like, I think they're all starving. Because I don't have any food. Neuralin, I'm going to have you sit this one out and make us some food. Oh, another one self-tamed. Alright, Cheese, let's bring you down here. As soon as they pop out of that little tunnel they're digging, I'm going to hit them with a storm. You know, you could have gone around. It, like, would have been a lot easier. Alright, here they're out. Fox is probably poisoned. Sorry about your eardrums. Shield jumped in on the stunned one. Birch here. Probably not gonna fare so well either. Jumping. Alright, let's bring him closer. I'm not gonna let Birch leave. Nope, you stay. He's so evil. It's like, I'm fleeing combat. No, I'm not. Oh, you can mess with them so good. And he's moderately poisoned right now. Oh, and you are very, very, very dead. Crunch. He's got good armor. I'll give him that. I don't want to stay toe to toe with him, unless I have to. I'll just toy with him. Oh, there we go. The ethical treatment of the downed is not the same as giving them a free pass to attack me. Encase and Phase Strike seems pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of synergy that exists in this mod for sure. But that brings me to about the end here. So I am just going to roll credits. If you have any feedback for me, suggestions, ideas, anything of that nature, please drop me a line on Discord. You can find the link at Rhadamant.com. Additionally, if you want more information about this series, Rhadamant.com/origins is the place to be. It also has a timer of when the next stream will go live. It is every Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm also looking for ideas for soundtracks. Has to be copyright-free and attribution-free music. If you have suggestions about soundtracks, I am all ears, no puns intended. I'll catch you all later. Thank you so very much for supporting the series. Adios.